David Faherty, a golf expert and comedian, recently shared with an audience at the Kravis Center in the West Palm Beach that LIV Golf is on the verge of landing a deal with a network that is known for producing teen dramas and superhero series. The in-issue network is well known for its dedication to producing high-quality programs. The CW network, which has 220 affiliates across the country and includes WTV X34 in West Palm Beach as one of those stations, is the next network that LIV plans to approach as it continues its hunt for a television arrangement. On Thursday, Feherty hinted that an announcement might be made shortly, possibly even this week. On Thursday, when he finished his program, he questioned the audience by inquiring, "Have you ever heard of the CW?" He continued by saying, "However, due to this, I could potentially lose my job." The very first season of the LIV, which took place in 2022 and was directed by Greg Norman of the Palm Beach Gardens and was financed by the Public Investment Fund of the Saudi Arabia, consisted of a total of 8 different tournaments. There was no other way to listen in than going to the livegolf.com or YouTube, and that was the only option available. After working for NBC Sports and the Golf Channel in the past, Feherty started working as an analyst for the LIV during the summer of 2016. Before that, he had worked for both of those networks. When the Toledo Blade questioned him in August about his decision to switch employment, Feherty said, "Money, quite frequently. I hear individuals say things like, well, it's to grow the game. They provided me with a considerable quantity of money. You are full of shit." However, at the time that Feherty leaked the information to CW, he was not completely ahead of the news curve. According to a report that was published not too long ago by the Sports Business Journal, the CW network has taken over the lead position in the competition to secure a deal with LIV. Team play is the primary source of the revenue for LIV, which is why securing a broadcast arrangement is of the biggest significance at this point. This season, the competition will be rebranded as the LIV Golf League and expanded to include a total of 14 individual tournaments. It will continue to compete in tournaments that have no cuts, or 54 holes in length, and have 12 teams, each of which consists of 4 players. The Public Investment Fund of the Saudi Arabia planned to rely primarily on the revenue generated by the league's franchise to begin making up for the billions of dollars that were required to get the league up and running in the first place. For the LIV to maximize the return on investment for each club, the league must secure a television deal and locate league-wide sponsors. Establishing a working relationship with CW should be the first step in this process. According to what Norman has mentioned, the sales of the teams won't take place until the end of the current season at the earliest. Successful inaugural season. The first season of LIV can be judged to have been a success according to any criteria. Several well-known golfers, including Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Cameron Smith, Brooks Koepka, and Bryson DeChambeau, were among those that Norman was able to convince to participate in his tournament. The PGA Tour took note of the league, and as a direct reaction, they upped the amount of money that they invest in their product as a direct result of what they saw. The LIV was a controversial concept that, in the end, established its place in the golf industry. Since late October, when the season at the Trump National Doral came to an end, there hasn't been much in the way of news, but that hasn't stopped people from talking about it. During that period, there were rumors that further prominent defectors would be leaving the PGA Tour for LIV, and the previous president of the United States, Donald Trump, made a promise that large names would quit the PGA Tour for LIV. Since the 2022 campaign has already concluded, there have been no new players added to the roster. As a result, the makeup of the team is still unknown at this time. A significant number of the world's most influential people have commented on the situation head-on and dismissed the rumors that were circulating. Patrick Cantlay said that there were no plans for him to join the LIV shortly. As of the time of the interview with the Palm Beach Post, Jason Day has stated that he has no plans to leave his current position as of now. Here's a statement made by Xander Schauffele. I know where I'm playing next year, and probably, if I had to guess, for years from now where I'll be playing. When he referred to the PGA Tour, he meant it. Hello, my name is Cameron Young. John Ram, Adam Scott on the PGA Tour. Everyone is still competing against one another. If there's gonna be any change between now and the start of the LIV season, it might be on the level of the Mito Pereira, who plays for Tequeste. This would be the case if there were to be any change. The infusion of the further star power is an immediate necessity for LIV. Although there were a remarkable number of well-known names that made the transition early on, this is not even close to being enough to compete with the star power of the PGA Tour. The two major players that have left the LIV since the end of the previous season have been the most notable occurrences in terms of transactions that have taken place during this period. Matt Goodman, who served as LIV's Director of Franchises, tendered his resignation earlier this month, while Atul Khosla, who served as the firm's Chief Operating Officer, left the company in December. According to the Sports Business Journal, both of them are viewed as key figures as LIV looks to bolster its business model and begin tapping into the traditional ways of generating revenue. In addition, the publication of the full schedule was expected to take place in November. However, only 7 tournaments have been published so far, and they will take place in the following locations: Mexico, Arizona, Australia, Singapore, Oklahoma, Spain, and West Virginia. The whole calendar is expected to be released in November. The first weekend of the season will be February 24th and 26th at the Mayakoba, which is located in Mexico. The other components of the timetable should be made public within a short amount of time. It's possible that some of the locations that held LIV events during the previous season, such as Doral, Bedminster, Chicago, Boston, and London, will play host to these events once again. The LIV will have a tournament at the Trump's property, which is located outside of the Washington District of the Columbia, according to statements made by Trump. When it comes to the official world golf ranking points, there has not been any information that can be seen as being detrimental. The board of directors of the OWGR is taking a very slow approach to address the request that was made by the LIV for its golfers to gain points. Despite this, they disclosed in December that a Mexican developmental tour that had been launched in the 2017 will begin getting points in March, following an application process that had lasted for 16 months. In July 2017, LIV turned in its application for the OWGR points. Money was the clear reason why Feherty left, but he also said that there were 2 more distinct explanations for why the jump was no-brainer. One of those was a chance to be a lead analyst for the first time in his career. The other was personality-driven. How was the video? Did you enjoy it? Post your feedback in our comment section below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.